Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, yeah. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. The Daps and Pounds show. This is the Daps and Pounds show. You know.
What's up, everybody? How are you doing? It is episode 43. 43? Yeah, 43 of your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast. My name is Malky. To my left, we have
Dobby.
We represent two mics,
Two friends,
and one show,
the Daps and Pounds show. What's up, man?
What's up?
You know, we're out here, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not listened to us before, again, we are the Daps and Pounds show. What we do is we like to give you a little bit what's called a good, bad, give you a rundown of our week. And also we break down the latest music and talk about some things every now and then. I think it's going to be a low week concerning, or like, is that not a low week, but
just a slow week.
It's a slow week, yeah. So there's not a whole lot of information. Yeah. Last week we gave you guys the Grammy talk, so we're just gonna kind of go over all the music that just dropped for this past weekend, which would have been what's the date? What December
10th, the
8th.
7th, 8th,
8th. So it all dropped 8th. So December 8th. So we'll go over that for you guys. If you would like to follow us on our social media platforms, you can look for us and search Daps_Pounds on Twitter and Instagram. That's where you can find us at. Ladies and gentlemen, you can also find us on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Please comment, like, share. You guys know what to do. And if you're on iTunes, Stitcher, all that jazz, give us that 5-star review. Let us know why you enjoy listening to us, because those reviews really help. And we will also read your review out loud on the show. So please feel free to do that. So
yeah, and shout out to Trevor. Shout out to him. He said that he really enjoys the podcast. He left that on an Instagram comment I just saw yesterday, actually. So shout out to you, Trevor. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure you're sharing it, just like Dobby just said.
Yeah.
Guys, we are going to get started. We're going to dive right into our good, bad. You want to go first? You want me to go first? What do you want to do?
Okay. So, good, bad. I'll start off with my bad.
Okay.
So, what is it with our bodies, right? Where I start the car.
Okay.
And I turn to grab the seatbelt. And then my back goes out of whack. Just messed up my back right then and there.
That's crazy.
Like sharp pain through my entire back. Trying to get the seatbelt, ladies and gentlemen. That's not right. That's not normal. And it's like, dang, is it, because did I sleep wrong on it? And is it something else? So it's just, one of those things. That's a bad this week. I'm kind of frustrated about that.
People don't realize too, like when your back goes out, that's like your whole like when your back goes out, like you can't do anything because you don't realize how much your back is in control of. I pinched my nerve probably 7 or 8 months ago now, that was, and it took me like a month and a half to get right, and then went to the chiropractor. I have to do exercises like every day on my back, but like I'm good now. I'm fine. But man, when you pinch a nerve or your back goes out, or you have a herniated disc or anything like that, you're shut down. Sucks.
Shut down, but not destroyed.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That sucks.
So yeah, that was pretty much like, that happened today. So I would say that's a bad. Good. Work has been starting to get really busy, which is always a plus. And the days just go by so faster when you're just like nonstop going. So that was also one of my goods. And then my last good is I am working on a script, a screenplay for a feature film of some sort that started from a dream I had 3 months ago. And this dream that I had just stuck with me to the point where I thought it'd be interesting to try to challenge myself to write something about that and kind of just be creative and create your own story and narrative. And then if it's good enough, who knows? Maybe it can become a feature film one day.
That's the goal.
I mean, yeah, that's the goal. Let's be honest. But at the same time, it is cool to be able to say at the end of the day, once it's done, yo, I wrote my own movie.
Yeah. That's dope. I think it's good. I think we obviously can't talk on the podcast about particulars, but I think it's going to be an adventure. I think it's going to be something for whoever ends up reading it or hopefully watching it one day. They're going to be really, really happy with how it started and kind of where your dream took you. And you can give particulars about your dream later, like when it gets to that point. But that's awesome.
Yeah.
I like it.
So, but it's not done. The outline's not done. There's a lot of key things that I'm still trying to work through before I actually start writing it. So it's a lot of ideas, but I'm still organizing all of them. And so hopefully I get that going so I can actually start writing about it more and more. But yeah, so that's kind of the good, bad section.
Heck yes. I like that. My good, bad. Honestly, don't really have a bad this week. Things are really good. I had the opportunity to sign a contract, join a new company with a coordinator position, and I'm really excited about it. I think it's dope too that like hard work pays off, because I'm not coming in as associate, I'm not coming in as anything like that. I'm coming in as a coordinator. I'm coming in at a boss type level, and the grind and like the stuff that sucks and everything that you do, it kind of manifests itself if you apply yourself and just stay under the radar, keep your head down and just go for it. So I'm really excited about the position. I'm not sure when I start yet, because this is kind of going on during holiday season. I'm still going to be doing other little hustles at the same time. Going to still be writing for the St. Louis Magazine. I have a choice between sports and entertainment, and I'm probably going to go towards sports. My heart wants to go towards entertainment, but entertainment's hard because I'm here. It would be awesome because if I were in St. Louis right now, I would get to go to all the shows free. I'd get to write about them afterwards. Sports is a little easier because even if you're not physically there, there's write-ups every day where you can look at stats and everything and put a story together. So I'm going to be really, really busy here coming up around holiday season, but it's a good busy. I'm blessed. I'm in a really great position, honestly. So things are good, man. Things are really good. That's a good for me, though. I'm excited. Life is good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our good, bad segment. Let us know. Hit us up. You guys, we'd like to hear from you. Just if there's ever a good in your life or something like that, or even a bad. If you want the prayers out your way, let us know. Share it to us. Let the Dappies know out there. You know what I'm saying? So we want to celebrate with you as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into the new music that dropped for December 8th, 1990. False. I started saying 19, so I just finished it. The year of my birthday.
1990 plus.
Yeah.
Bunch of years.
1990 plus 17 years.
Yeah.
There you go.
No.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope we're as cool as the very first album that we are going to introduce. One day I hope I come up with a scheme like this, where I literally just give you the exact same thing and shuffle it around and then call it a collector's edition and then make money off of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, Damn Kendrick Lamar Collector's Edition. Now, it is pretty much confirmed that this idea that the album kind of can flow one way or another is confirmed at this point.
Yeah. He didn't confirm it immediately when it was released, and then you almost forget, but when that album came out, there were so many theories about the album and what the deeper meaning of it was and which order it was supposed to be played in and everything, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's really, really cool because the album is in reverse, and it can be seen either way, and I like it. I like the fact that, enough thought was put in each song to where you could play it in reverse. Artists nowadays just throw albums together like this. I think having an album being able to be played in reverse like this is a testament to why I think he should win Album of the Year. Just the thought put into the album's crazy. But yeah, he's kind of putting the album out again. And I personally wouldn't sell it. I would make vinyls of it and make it really, really special and have a limited amount of vinyls only. Because you can do this yourself. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't buy it. I would just, or download. I have Apple Music, but I wouldn't download it. I would just make a playlist and put it in reverse order. Like, I mean, but vinyls would be cool. That would be really special. So that's something that he could have done different. Other than that, there's no new songs. I think it's cool though. I think it's interesting. Have you listened to it in reverse?
Yeah, but that was like a long time ago.
Yeah. It's like a different feel when you listen to it in reverse for sure. It's interesting because Duckworth is the first song in the collector's edition, and it's actually one of my favorite songs, and I find that if you listen to it first, it really sets up the stage really nicely. I like it a lot. So
Sweet.
yeah. Kendrick Lamar, if you want to buy it, go ahead and buy it.
Yeah.
Or just make a playlist and play it in reverse. Same thing. Guys, Double or Nothing.
Boy.
Big Sean.
Boy.
I do. And Metro Boomin. Metro Boomin's really smart for doing this. He's released like, I think it is the third album on his Bumati label. I think it's really smart because he's not worried about signing artists. What he's doing is partnering with artists and then putting the albums out on his label. Super smart, because then you can use their star power to generate revenue, and it's not like, oh, you signed this artist and he failed on your label.
That's a good point. Yeah.
It's a really cool thing to do. So, Double or Nothing, I'll tell you that when this came out, it's 10 songs long. When this came out, I checked Twitter before I listened to it, and there were a lot of people hating it. There was a lot of people like, beats are cool, Big Sean let us down. And then up into the next day, I saw that it became more and more split. People were like, no, Big Sean can really rap. I listened to it, and I definitely think Big Sean can rap. Big Sean has crazy, crazy, crazy bars. He has some really funny bars where you're like, he rhymed this with this, and that's really weird. But at the same time, I think he can rap. There are some good songs on this, though. It's definitely not like a terrible, but to say it was a letdown when you have a name like Big Sean and Metro Boomin, I can understand that. I can understand why it would be a letdown. It was a letdown to me in that sense, but yeah. What'd you think?
Just sometimes it felt like there's just a disconnect. I don't know. And I couldn't figure it quite out, because rap-wise, the ability is there. But just some of the songs didn't really stand out to me. And in terms of a project, I think like Future and Drake's project is better than this in terms of just the collaborative effort. I think Savage Time, which is track number 6, is the best song off the project. I like where the direction went halfway through. It kind of takes like a melodic turn. Pull Up and Wreck, it's still a pretty decent song on the project. The beats were good, especially the first one, Go Legend. That beat was sweet. But I think just it's overhyped, or not overhyped, but we as a culture hyped it up. I mean, Big Sean, Metro Boomin. I mean, we're expecting flames after flames after flames, you know. And it just the sauce was not there for me in all of the songs.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, listen, this is not going to make me stop listening to Big Sean music. This is definitely not going to make me stop listening to Metro Boomin music either. I think this was interesting. I think collab albums are all the rage right now.
Yeah.
It's, if you have two people together and want to make music together, then I think go for it. You'll see where it works like magic with things like Jumpman, and then you'll see things like that are on this and Watch the Throne, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think it's all about the people that are able to come together.
Futures and Young Thugs is kind of actually aging pretty well listening to all of these.
Yeah, I agree with it. Future and Young Thug, I think they have a little pocket that they're in. I like it.
Blood is
another collab album.
The title sucks.
T Grizzly and Lil Dirk released Blood is. It's 12 songs, and a lot of songs sound alike to me.
Yeah, they do.
I think that's a problem with a lot of T Grizzly too. I saw a funny joke where people said T Grizzly is just a random rapper that reads a police report every time he raps, and I think that's really funny because every time he raps, he's like, "Remember when we did this? And this is Home Invasion. We had 3 years for this." Like, I laughed so hard. But yeah, these are two artists that I listen to, and I don't mind at all. But I don't know. I guess I don't know what there was to gain from teaming up and putting out this album or mixtape, but they definitely did it. What's Your City Like? I'm sorry, I love playing 2K to that. I played 2K to that yesterday. It's very fun.
What's your city like?
It's just like good for when you're playing, but everything else is just kind of sounds the same. I wasn't impressed, I should say.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. I mean, that's kind of how you sum this album up.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some pockets of people, and that's why music's so great, but there's going to be some pockets of people who just, that's their album.
Yeah.
I didn't even finish this one.
So now we're on to Quality Control, Control the Streets, Volume 1. For those that don't know, Quality Control, or QC, is the label that the Migos and Lil Yachty and Lil Baby are signed to, and a bunch of other random folks. And they put out an album that's 30 freaking songs long. Like, it's insane. Quavo is on 90% of the songs on this. That shows you that he's the MVP of that label. Like, it's nuts. Also, I think he's a good beat maker because the songs that start with "Cook It Up, Quay" that he's not on, he made the beat for. And some of those go. Some of those beats are really hard. So Quavo, man, we've said it before that he's gonna be like the Beyonce of the Migos, and he's like gonna make a big impact, and I think he really will. I personally would want to hear Quavo and Sway Lee team up more than a Travis Scott and Quavo team up. Like, I'm still here for the Travis one. That's Cactus Jack's supposed to drop soon, actually, but I think him and Sway Lee would make a really good project together. But this was cool. I was super surprised by some of the music on here. Scotty Too Hottie, I had heard before that came out like a month ago.
Yeah.
And it's super, super hard. I love that song. But within the scheme of the album, it's so, so hard. So hard. Like, I don't know, man. There's something about the Migos. There's just something about the Migos. There's a Nicki Minaj song. There was a Cardi B feature. Lil Yachty's on here.
Apparently, it was the very first time that Cardi and Offset were in the studio together.
Yep.
So,
yeah,
that was interesting.
There's so many songs that I don't know if I can pick which one's my favorite. We the Ones is pretty good. Menace is pretty. I think Menace is pretty good. My Dog is pretty good.
Mediterranean.
Yes, Mediterranean.
And I forget. I got a couple more in. I'm telling you though, Takeoff, like every verse he's on is like a good verse.
I love Takeoff.
Takeoff is killing it.
I like every single Migo. Like, that's the thing.
The Migos have the juice.
I like every single Migo.
They got the juice.
Interview is really cool. I like Interview because they're taking like the Joe Budden situation, and there's a song where they actually say his name, but in Interview they don't say his name. But whether it's The Breakfast Club or Everyday Struggle, people have always said that they hate interviewing the Migos because all of their interviews are like that. You can't go to YouTube and like pull up a interview where they're like talking like I'm talking to you and like being vocal and like stuff like that. And so the song Interview is all about it. It's all about saying like, I don't get paid to talk. I don't want to do any more interviews. And it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that they kind of put a button on that whole situation. Thick and Pretty's good. I gotta listen to more of this Marlo and Lil Baby. That's what I took from it. Marlo and Lil Baby, I see their names and I see their projects and people talk about them on Twitter, and I just kind of like, there's so much music out there that I don't have time to listen to it. So if it looks like it's super trap and it's not going anywhere, I don't listen to it. But Lil Baby and Marlo surprised me on this project. They do kind of a Rich Homie Quan singing thing, both of them. That's really interesting. And I want to go back and listen to more of their music and educate myself because they really surprised me on this.
Nice.
Yeah. But I got through the whole thing, but there's so much music, guys.
I think people will play this album quite often.
Yeah.
Actually, I think there's some songs that are going to be entering a lot of playlists, and I think it's going to be one where a song comes out like later down the road, like it's going to last for a while because there's so much music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that.
It's like, oh, now this song's bubbling. Now this song's bubbling.
Did you listen to Juicy J at all?
I did not.
Okay, so he dropped Rubber Band Business. Juicy J, and it's super interesting because Juicy J has been rapping like the Migos before the Migos, pretty much. Like the scheme and cadence is really similar. But I think now that we have so many new guys that do it, people forget about Juicy. I still love Juicy J. There's a couple gems on this actually, but nothing to really get into. There's no hits. There's no like bona fide hits. That Bands Will Make Her Dance thing. Yeah. Right when he got with Wiz and was under that, I think that's is like the peak Juicy.
That song with Cardi B is weird.
I agree.
It's the most provocative song that that you can listen to in 2017. So
yes,
go for it.
Be ready. So I listened to half of this 2 days ago, and I listened to the rest of it at like 3 o'clock this morning. It is Statik Selektah. He dropped 8, the album. 18 songs, and the production is top notch. Mm-hmm. I love the production. Some of the people that he was able to put together are really, really interesting on this. Like he got a Sean Price feature, and Sean Price passed. And he put it with Tech, and Tech is a super boom bappy guy, and it was really dope.
Prodigy too.
Had Prodigy on it. Nick Grant from South Carolina, who I really, really like as a rapper. He put out a project earlier this year that was really good. Jordan Lucas is on it. Action Bronson, RTJ. There's so many features on this that are really, really good.
I was even surprised by the No Malice track.
Yeah, No Malice is on here. Cypress Hill.
Royce. Raekwon and Royce, that song.
Yeah,
bro, there's
so hard.
There's few albums that are so boom bat that I will go back to, but this is like an album where if I'm just doing like chores, I could just have this in the background and be like cool with it.
Yeah, and there's
so
some
like nod my head and I'm like, all right. Yeah,
like there's some stuff, man, that I listened to and I was like, I'm really glad I stopped rapping. Like there's some stuff that I'm just like, bro, I could never rap. I can never rap and like be this good. Like this is crazy. Some of the stuff on here.
The bars are ridiculous. Let me see here. Number 5, Get Down with Wale is a great song.
Love it.
I would say that what can we do part 1 and 2? The bars on that song are crazy.
Yeah.
Don't Run, Joyner Lucas. I think he did a good job with that song. Mm-hmm. Slept On Him is good. Everything with PNB Rock was a surprise song for me that I enjoyed. I mean, especially going from, and I don't know if I like it for the fact of just the album itself or because I was listening to Quality Control and then I went straight to this, which was like a drastic change. And I didn't know if maybe the juxtaposition between the two of them made me like it even more.
Right.
But I really liked it.
I like the Run the Jewels track too because I'm a Run the Jewels fan and Action Bronson. There was
Action Bronson's such a clown.
I love Bronson though. He's really funny. Yeah, but this is really good. I can't say that there's like stuff that I hate on this. Mm-mm. It takes a while to take in, so I'm definitely gonna go back to it as well. Like I said, around 3 this morning was when I finished it, but it was really good. I liked it.
Dang, 3?
Yeah.
Do you sleep?
No, not really. I have issues.
I don't know how you do it.
Statik Selektah 8. It's really good. Was there any more albums that you... Crooked Eye. Well, he calls himself King Crooked, but Crooked Eye dropped another project. It had some stuff on it. There was... He can rap so well. Like, he's a really, really good rapper, but it's that thing we always talk about, the problem of
making a song and rapping.
Like making a song. There's a huge difference. He has a song called Truth with Royce da 5'9" that's just, once again, it'll make you feel like you should never rap, ever. Because you'll never be able to do it to that level.
The Jesse Boyles, like, all the way to the right.
Okay. Jesse Boykins.
Boykins, I couldn't read it.
Looks like.
I want to go back to this. It was a really smooth, kind of like psychedelic R&B.
Okay.
And it enough to pique my interest. So if you guys are looking for something different out there, check out Boykins. He's got a couple of other projects as well. But yeah, I was just kind of trying to look around for something different. I mean, if you look at his features,
he has a No Name and Luke James feature, so my interest is already peaked. Dude.
Audio Push, Bridget Kelly,
my girl Sid,
Willow, Trinidad. I mean, that's why I want to go back to this. And the first song was like pretty good, actually. He has an interesting voice, and so I definitely want to go back to this project.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it because I didn't listen to it before.
Bartholomew.
I'm gonna listen to it. Bartholomew is the name of the
album. So check that one out. Also, bottom left hand corner. Did you listen to this one?
Yeah, this was
Pell?
really good.
Really good. I like Pell a lot.
I think it's called Jurasol. I think that's how you're supposed to say it.
I think so.
But yeah, it's his EP. Only 6 songs, but I was decently surprised by this. Listened to this a couple days ago on Friday, and I will say I think it's Chirpin was my favorite. I like Chirpin a lot.
Chirpin was good.
Throwback was good too, featuring Saba.
I thought every song was good though. It was a good selection of 6 songs.
Yeah, there was no terrible songs on here. I like it. And especially for someone that I personally had never listened to before.
No, Pell's, and if you didn't listen to Pell's like first album, like go back and listen to it. The guy's got talent. So I was pleasantly surprised to see that project there. That's pretty much it for the big albums.
Are you excited about the Greatest Showman movie?
No.
Okay.
That's not my stuff. Mary, though, yes.
Because it's a musical?
Yeah. Mary likes that kind of stuff.
I don't know. Sometimes I think that I want to see that stuff, and then when I see it, I'm just like...
Never mind.
All right, guys, we're going to go to our Lucy Gooseys.
The singles.
If you don't know, these are the singles that have come out, the individual tracks that are setting up albums. So first things first, we'll go right down the list. Untouchable by Eminem. This is off Revival. That is dropping the 15th, I believe, December 15th. Wow, that's actually coming up really soon.
Yep.
He released a track list, I think Thursday, and it has a lot of what you can expect, a lot of girl choruses on there. It's what Eminem has done for the past couple albums. We'll see what happens. This Untouchable song is all about police brutality, police on unarmed black men, stuff like that, and it's super loud. Like, it's, when I say loud, I mean just the music cuts, the instrumentation cuts to your ears. I think the arrangement's really weird too. I don't know, it's just, I think he did it for it to be big and blinding, and it definitely does that, but it's not like a fun listen. Like, it's not like a enjoyable listen. But again, maybe he's in his artistry thing and been like, well, his subject matter isn't fun. So I don't know, but it's different. I'll say that maybe, but I don't know. It wasn't like I will probably skip the song on the album when I get to it, but I enjoyed the message.
Great message, terrible execution. Like, he literally could have just hired like Ninth Wonder and just made a sick beat and then gone off on something like that. I don't know. I think he's trying too hard. That's my thing.
Yeah, that could be a possibility. G-Eazy
doesn't know how to write his own choruses.
Oh, yeah, I said that last week. It's
kind of getting ridiculous.
I'm tired of him putting everyone on choruses and then just rapping. It's really annoying. That's the only thing that I don't like about G-Eazy, though. Honestly, I'm one of those people who don't mind G-Eazy at all, rapping wise. But his songs are all like,
every single one of them.
All of them are like the same. A lot of features are going to be on this album. The Beautiful and the Damned comes out really soon, though. I think maybe this Friday. Camila Cabello, she dropped Never Be the Same. I actually like this song.
I think her album is going to be pretty banging.
I think so too. I think she's coming. I think that she really, really wants to move into this lane, the pop girl lane, and I think she's going to do it really well, actually. I'm looking forward to it. The Migos and Marshmello Danger. I actually like this song.
Dude, why does this soundtrack go so hard?
Dude, Bright comes out soon.
22nd.
22nd, and Danger is really good. And I don't know why, but I thought a Marsh and Migos collab would be really weird, but I like it actually. It feels good.
Yeah, it's good.
Charlie XCX, Out of My Head featuring Tovlo and Alma. I actually like this song.
Yeah, it was good.
And I'm not a big Charlie guy, but I like this song. It's really good.
It was catchy.
Boosie Badass. Lil Boosie dropped Webby, I remember.
I didn't feel like it was a single. I felt like it would be a good song on an album.
I think so too. I think that within the album, if you listen to it, this will be interesting.
Yeah.
It'll be good. It's like a look back on history type of thing. And if you listen to Webby and had that whole trill thing going, then you would have really liked it, I think. Yeah. London on the Track.
Dude, London on the Track knows how to make beats. Let's just get that out of the way.
He's next level.
God,
Whatever
I
you
can't stand
on.
my dogs right now.
What?
My dog's like clawing.
like-
Please,
they're like,
attention.
Let
It's
me
Belly.
open. Let me open.
It's Belle. Otto doesn't care.
What you want me to let her in?
No.
Okay. Whatever You On is featuring Young Thug, Ty Dolla $ign, Jeremiah, and YG.
It's a good song.
It's a good song. I like it. It's a good song. Triple Red, Dark
I'm listening
Knight,
to this song.
Dummo,
Yes.
featuring Travis Scott.
This song's on a playlist. The more you listen to it, the better it
I may
gets.
have to listen to it again. I felt like it was okay. I don't know why it just didn't grab me really, but it was okay. Triple Red though, I know that they're different, but I pick Triple Red over XXX Tentacion every time as far as the way he makes music, because he makes these weird melodies just work for me. I actually don't mind Triple Red at all when it comes to music.
Yeah.
So yeah, I may have to give it more listens. Upon first listen, I wasn't really feeling it though. But I love Travis. Let's see. Shy Glizzy,
Lean on. Oh yeah, Doughboy Magic.
Doughboy Magic, Trey Songz, and A Boogie with the Hoodie. I really like this song. I like Shy Glizzy though. I almost tagged you in like a tweet, and it was of a crowd in DC, and it was like, this is for the people who think Shy Glizzy should have never been on the Crew song. And he came out, and bro, the crowd knew every word and were going insane. Hey, nice to meet. Did it? They were going off.
Crew
It
is
was so cool. So cool.
It's cool when there's a song that no one expects to be like the song.
Yes.
And I think that was Crew this year.
I agree. Russ, Lean
Why is
on
Russ
You.
becoming a meme now?
I don't know.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have.
It was like, imagine like doing all, like, imagine spending this amount of time with your son and blah blah blah, and then you become a fan of Russ, like that kind of stuff.
Bro, what's crazy is like, I used to really like Russ before he started doing interviews.
Yeah, I think it's his attitude.
I don't
people
like
can't
him as a
stand.
person, I don't think. Like, we would never get along. But his music is good, and I thought that. And he's been putting out stuff. I heard of him like 2 years ago, and I was like, this guy is talent. He's good. Once he started showing his face and opening his mouth and creating controversy, that's when we're starting to see more Russ. And I think it was good to do more interviews, but your attitude in that interview is going to make people hate you. But yeah, Lean on You.
His work, he now feels like his work is entitled.
Yes, I agree with that.
Like, he's still got his grind and all that, but because of that grind and like no acknowledgement, now he feels like he needs to be getting everything he was in his head owed.
I agree. Childish Major, this is some TDE love. He has SZA and Isaiah Rashad.
It's pretty good.
On Happy Birthday. I like this song. I like Childish Major though. It's off his Woosa.
Woosah.
Justine Skye, Good Love. I thought this was decent actually. I'm not the biggest Justine Skye guy. That rhymed. But I actually thought this was decent. Philip Phillips, Dance With Me. Wasn't really what I was looking for from Philip Phillips. That was the last year. He was on the last year of me watching American Idol, actually. But yeah, it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. Let's see here. I listened to some Spanish stuff.
That's
Anything
pretty
else?
much all it for the stuff I listen to.
Yeah, I think that I'm going to go back and listen to this Lil Baby song because I need to educate myself. But for the most part, I think that was it.
Cool.
That was on there. So yeah, guys, let us know if we missed anything at all. We would be so happy to talk about them. Leave that in the comments, Daps_pounds on Twitter and Instagram, and we would be happy to let you guys know what we think about things you suggest to us. It's all about that.
Exactly.
Let's see. Anything else before we round up? Anything movie wise? I know I still need to see Coco.
Go see Coco.
I need to
Disaster Artist.
I'm like 50-50 on that.
Did you watch The Room?
Yeah, I watched the thing. I don't know. I think it's either gonna be like really funny or it's just gonna be really stupid.
But critics are liking it. Have you seen the Rotten Tomatoes reviews?
Yeah, they like it.
It's like reviews and users.
Yeah,
They're in the 90s.
I don't know.
You know how hard it is for comedy to have that high of a rating?
I do, but I don't know if my personality is right for it. I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I'm 50-50. It's one that I might wait and not like go to the movies on. But I'll be like, oh, I might go
Tuesday because Tuesday they're only $5.
Yeah.
AMC.
We shall see. We shall see.
Do you like that Racist song by Joyner?
Yes. I think the only reason it's problematic is because they like hug and make up afterwards, and that's not America. But other than that, I like it. You know what I mean? But
that
like,
white dude said so much of that stuff, and then he all of a sudden it's like,
yeah,
oh yeah.
That's the only part to me that I'm just like, You know what I mean? I would have been happy if they would have left it, like got up from the table and went their separate ways, because that's more. A racist white person could read a black person on Twitter telling them everything the rap said and still not change their mind. So that conversation wasn't enough. People aren't changed by a conversation usually, one.
They're changed by a relationship.
Yeah, so I guess that's why. And I know the hug was supposed to signify that there was like a relationship starting, I guess, but it was just a little like, oh.
Yeah.
4 minutes and everything's fine. We've healed all racism, but like, I really appreciate what he's trying to do. I liked it for the most part. He can rap. I mean, Jordan Lucas, the first thing I heard of him was a couple years ago when he retold this true story of this kid who was like friends in Detroit and like his friend killed him, and it was on World Star. That was the first. He's been putting out songs that speak to social awareness.
His
for a
album
while.
kind of was just like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's good though. I really like him.
He beats with Logic though, and I don't like that.
No, because I feel like Logic doesn't want any problems with anybody. I feel like Logic is like so.
Why beef with a guy like that?
I think. Now, do I think Logic is a bit annoying with his positivity and like everything's like, hey man, doesn't matter who you are. Like everything's like super positive. It can be. I get why people can be like,
I want to be pissed off.
Yeah, I understand why people are like, all right, Logic, we get it. You're a very positive person. And then the thing about Logic too, about him being black and claiming that, and that being the main source of a lot of his material, I think there's been little dablets on it. If you listen to Bobby Tarantino, if you listen to the Space one, if you listen to a bunch of it, but everybody, I think people are getting like upset about it now because everybody is the only time where he like said it on every song and it was just like boom. But if you go back and listen to Bobby Tarantino, that wasn't like the source of his content. There's a lot more to him than that, and I think the next album, it won't be so all about, hey, I'm black, I just look white. I think it'll be more, it'll have a different vibe. I think he just wanted to dedicate one album to race relations and being positive and all of that, and now he's gonna like go further than that. Because I do understand how problematic it is. Like, there's black people that will look at it and say, fam, you look white. Like, you'll never really understand. Like, you're black and that's cool, but you won't understand what I have to go through. Like, even though...
Because you don't look black.
Yeah, like, you can... And
you can say you're white to an officer.
Yeah, and especially, like, you don't walk around saying, hey, by the way, I'm black. if you're caught in a situation, be like, hey, I'm black, treat me different. You know what I mean? Like, no one does that. But then when you hear a record, I understand why darker rappers hear him and see him and talk about the struggle of growing up and be like, fam, your struggle was nothing like mine. I get that. It just sucks that he's trying to be so positive and he's like put in controversy even though he doesn't want it. I love Logic. Yeah. I think he's a great rapper and I think he's a really good dude.
That is crazy though, his situation where you have like one side of the family calling him one thing and then the other side calling him another, and so he doesn't know who to identify with.
Yeah, it really sucks. It really sucks. His home life when he grew up was like really sucks. And he also has mental stuff going on, and he talks about that really openly. I think that's one thing that's really good. Excuse me. I think that's the one thing that's really good is how much he talks about mental health and how people need therapy, because good Lord, do people need therapy. I think it's really
100%. Good. By the way, we did miss a single.
What do you miss?
I'm singing it right here. Scary Love by The Neighborhood. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to The Neighborhood.
Yo, The Neighborhood is so
really good.
The Neighborhood is so good. I listened to this. This is sick. Yeah. Listen.
The Neighborhood is legit.
Go back and listen to The Neighborhood. It's really good. Also, Twitter told me today, 4 years since Because of the Internet.
Nice.
Childish Gambino.
Gosh, that album was so good.
Love Childish Gambino. What's going? Spider-Man Enter the Spiderverse.
Yeah.
We're finally getting Miles Morales.
Black Spider-Man.
In a 2D. People who are like, Logic made this happen. Yes, thank you, Logic. We get it it's like a 2D, 3D mashup. It's going to be animated. It looks visually very, very sick.
And you know what?
I look forward to it.
Just to kind of, we're talking about this race stuff. And like, those are the moments where like I get really mad at people where like you just see this comment like, why is it such a big deal he's black? It's like, okay, then why are you asking about it? Like, why is it a big deal?
Yeah.
Like, don't make it. It doesn't need to be a big deal.
You noticed it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you noticed it.
You're the one talking about it
to
make it a big deal, and it is a big deal because we're so used to seeing the majority of main characters as a white person, and there is something about feeling connected to a hero. And so for like young boys out there who's like, yo, this superhero is black, like there's not a lot of black superheroes out there, people.
I remember being in class. I will never forget this. I was in class, like, we've spun out of music almost, but
it's whatever. I mean, we talked about
I was in
music.
class for social. It wasn't social studies, American history. Senior year, maybe, of high school or junior year. And Obama gets elected. And my teacher, won't say his name. Teacher was a white guy, though. And he goes, there's going to be a lot of people that complain about the system holding them down that will have to shut up now. And, like, I looked at him, and I was like, do you think, like, Obama being president means that, like, the system's fixed? Like, everything's fine? And I got into like an argument with him, and I was saying, like, no matter if you voted for him, no matter if you hate Obama, him being president is important. And he was like, why? And I was like, just what you said. When you are told or you feel as a people that you're only going to get to a certain level, because before Obama, the highest nationally recognized thing you could be was a basketball player. A famous basketball player, football player.
Of some
yes.
sort, yeah.
That means something to the psyche. So whether it was misled that there were tons of people that voted for him just because of race, when you really think about it, it was so much bigger than politics, what happened. I would have loved for it to be anyone. Like, I get, like, I think the same thing for Indian Americans, Mexican Americans, yada, yada. But, like, when you're talking about race, like, it's such a weird subject. Like, it's such a weird thing because of the way I grew up, having so many friends of different things. But, like, it is important to have black superheroes.
Yeah,
like, Black
100%.
Panther is going to be amazing.
Black Panther is going to be
It's going to be so incredibly good. And I saw someone on Twitter being like, it's just going to be good because it's black. I was like, what? Like, what? Did you say that? Are you dissing it, or are you saying that's good? Like, what is that? Is that a good thing?
Golly.
I think it's weird that people are weird about black superheroes, but yeah, man, black people are freaking sweet, man.
I think there's a disconnect with a lot of people where they assume if there's like an all black cast, like it's like, oh, you're just trying to segregate everything, and it's like, but you don't say that when there's like the all white cast, which is
Lord of the Rings
norm.
got away with having no people of color, no black people in it for years, and no one said a word.
Yeah, no one said anything.
And that
about
was one of the most like over 11 Oscars
still
for
need
the
to watch
second
that
one.
movie,
I
though.
do. I need to see it.
It's so good.
But I understand the impact it had.
Oh,
and
yeah.
11 Oscars for, I think, Return of the King, and tons of, like, it was widely successful. And black and white people were watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't break those records without black people watching it,
Right.
too. Like, it was a huge success, a huge movie. There was no black people in it, and no one says anything.
Right.
And it's just like...
And then it's like, we live different lives, and so that's why shows like Atlanta are so big, because there's just nuances in Atlanta that I might not even quite understand just because I didn't grow up within the black culture. There's like certain things like I haven't experienced, and
Yeah.
I don't know, just people make such a big deal about entertainment, and the good thing about entertainment is if you don't like it, don't watch it. Like, it doesn't need to be a big deal for you. If it's not your cup of tea, great. There is so much out there that you can connect to and appreciate and
It's
enjoy.
such an interesting, it's a, like an interesting thing. I'm starting to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, which makes fun of a lot of stuff, and Larry and a black dude played by JB Smoove, who's a comedian, go over to this old white lady's house, and he's like wearing a do-rag, and they start arguing because Larry's like, hey, take off your do-rag, and he goes, why? It's fine. This is in the Scarf and Ascot family. And so he was like, not to an old white woman that's not in the Ascot and Scarf family. And they start having this argument, and then Larry's like, huh, I guess this is pretty stupid then. Yeah, where? And like, it was just like talking, you know, like once you talk things out, you're just like, there's not really a lot of differences here at all. Very interesting. Guys, that was our race talk.
Yeah, Black Spider-Man!
Black Spider-Man and White Spider-Man and all the Spider-Man.
That movie,
gosh.
I really hope for more animated superhero movies like that, though.
Yes. Me and Brandon were just talking that the Marvel animated universe has really sucked. There haven't been any like big Marvel animated stuff. They've just conquered the cinematic feature film stuff, and DC has really shined when it comes to animated shows and
With Batman
movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool to see Marvel put out something that looks like it's going to be really good. This could be setting up their animated universe to be really awesome.
That's awesome. That's
shout out to Marvel. Shout out to all nerd things that we're talking about. Shout out to the music. Guys, this is do you have the...
That's right here.
Oh, you have it. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to close the show the only way we know how. That is 101 conversation starters for couples. Adobe, what do you got for me?
Oh, boy. As I was growing up...
I thought you were going to say as God because I have Marvel in the mind. Go on.
As I was growing up, my father was most like a coach, a judge, a historian, a professor, a preacher, a manager, a cheerleader, or other.
Good Lord.
I would definitely say a mix between coach and preacher, considering my dad's a pastor and he wants to be called coach. So that's pretty much it for my dad.
I'll say coach and judge.
For
My dad.
Judge Judge applies for mine as well.
I'll say coach and judge for my dad. Yeah, I mean, my dad was pretty sick. Pretty good guy.
Shout out to dads.
Shout out to
Shout out
dads.
to black dads. Shout out to white dads.
Shout out to all the dads!
The Mexican dads,
The Indonesian dads.
Yeah,
the Indian dads.
Native American dads.
Yes. The Episcopalian dads. I think that's when you like fish but not
Asian
chicken.
dads.
Vegan dads.
Atheist dads.
Hey, I mean, shout out to atheist dads. Shout out to this shout out. Guys, it's been a wonderful episode 43 of the Daps Pound Show. My name is Malky. To my left we have
Dobie.
We represent two mics.
Two friends.
And one show,
The Daps and Pound Show.
Yes. Shouts to the shout out.
Gang, gang, gang. Woo!